Okay, very good. So, most of you guys have followed me to learn the programming for about at least 1 year, right? Some of them have 2 years already. I think we tried learning HTML, right, JavaScript at the beginning, and then we start learning Python, right? We're doing games, learning the Python basics, and the last semester we learned a little bit like almost complete all the basic knowledges of Python, right? But of course, okay, 1.5 hours every week is definitely not enough, right? Because I believe, right, in the past 3 weeks, right, if you not touch those code, you're gonna forget quickly. Okay, forget quickly. So anyway, so which means learning programming has to practice a lot, right? Just like the piano. You have to practice, then you're gonna have more and more good skills. Okay. So the first slide is talking about the future directions, right? As I said, some of you guys have learned for 1 and 2 years already, right? So what our directions gonna be, right, in the near future or even in the long term, right? Because I believe there must be some reason you come to my class to learn programming, right? And some of you guys may already make a decision, said, hey, that's a path or that's a career I may probably go to, right? And you go to colleges, right? You're good to take the, computer science as your major, okay? And some of you guys maybe just have interest, right? And maybe some of you guys just pushed by your parents, but that's fine. As I think learning the programming skills is not a wasting of time. Okay, it's essential skills for you, and it will benefit, okay, to you a lot. Okay, no matter from which aspect. Okay, so far we have learned at least one programming languages, right? Python, and outside they are also learning Java, but Java is I think a little bit like complicated than Python. Okay, anyway, and then what we're gonna learn actually from this semester, we're gonna continue learning, but based on the programming language, right? We're gonna learn some very generic, okay, programming basics. Okay, some of you guys heard about the term data structure and algorithm. Okay, and again, right? Before I talk into the details, I have to emphasize at the beginning of our semester in the class. Okay, I hope you come and have the next 1.5 hour really make use of the time, okay? Because I really don't know what you're doing behind the screen, okay? If you're doing something else, if you're not concentrated on that, I don't want it to happen, okay? I mean, not so restricted. I mean, not so like restricted last time, but this time I will be very, very, emphasize that. Okay, I'm gonna talking about details in later slides, but I hope when I'm speaking, okay, you're focused on. Okay, if you have any question, just stop me anytime. Okay, talking about here, we learn programming language, and now we're gonna learning something about data structure and basic algorithm. Data structure and basic algorithm is beyond the programming language. Okay? No matter which language you're using, okay, the fundamental logical is the same. Okay, so after we can master this structure and basic algorithm, we basically have two different paths to go with. Okay, and this is a path I probably wanna first try because it's gonna be relatively simple, okay, straightforward. At least from the scope perspective, as you can see, after we have basic, we can continue learning some advanced algorithm. That's a fundamental, okay, and the scope is limited, but it doesn't mean it will be easy to learn, okay? Because there's a lot of like algorithm, right? And I'm gonna explain details what is algorithm is, okay? And then once you master those knowledges, right, you probably can attend or participate in some contest, okay? One of the famous contests is called USACO, right? That's the topic of our today's session, right? I'm gonna introduce what is USACO to you, okay? So you can participate in some computer programming contest, right? I think that this is what you can motivate yourself, right? Or push yourself, like moving level up. Okay, so that is one path. The second path is will be more wide because, as you know, the computer world is not just limited to programming language, right? It's not just limited to data structure and algorithm. Okay, it can be very wide and very complicated. Okay, so for that path, you have to learn lots more things. Okay, like architecture, database, right? If you know what the database means, right? Which is the storage of the data, because everything is stored in the data, and where the data is stored in the database. Okay, and front end UI, including what the website you see. Okay, the web apps, right? Those apps in your mobile, that's UI, right? UI is something user can use or see. Okay, and then we have the UI. Of course, we have the backend service, right? UI is basically the look and feel the user can see and use, right? The button, text feeder, okay, form. But what the backend logic is actually going to be handled in the backend service. Okay, so that's a separate, technology stacks. Okay, so we have backend service. So in each aspect, right? Still, there are lots of things you can learn. Okay, and if you have the basic idea, or one of the popular framework we're using in each aspect, so which means, hey, we can go that way, right? We can build a complete website or like a mobile or ISO apps, okay? And you can have a project. Okay, suppose I want to have a small project, not too complicated, right? I can want to create a page which can monitor the weather. Okay, we know there's lots of weather website, right? But if I give the data, okay, I give the data, are you able to create the web pages for yourself? Okay, so then you have to using the UI knowledges, you have to use the service knowledges, right? How the all things working together, that's what you need to learn, right? And then for each aspect, there will be different framework. Framework is something can help you, right, to build or put the things together quickly. Okay, so once you have mastered those skills, of course, they also have such kind of like project-based contest. Okay, the different with above is more like a technical algorithm. They give you a problem, you write in the code, solve the problem. Okay, and then they're gonna test your code, right? See if it's correct, how fast it is, and then give you a score. Okay, that is a pure like coding, coding testing in a limit time, right? But the second type of testing, or not testing, contest, right? This is more practical, which means you may spend several days, several weeks complete a project, right? As I just said, you may create a pages which can monitor the weather, right? Or like predict the weather in the future by using some big data technologies. Okay, so you have a project, you have a product, and then you submit your project to the contest. So the contest judge, right? They're gonna evaluate your project, right? Hey, what's the technology you have using, and how complicated data, how much data you are handling, right? And what the end output to the user, right? And if it's good, right? If the project like useful, right? And technology is cut ends, right? And the different benchmarks can use to evaluate your project. Okay, and then finally they give, oh, this is a rank of all the projects submitted. Okay, from the different aspects. So that is another type of the contest. Okay, but again, what I want to say is that for the programming computer, there are lots of contests. Okay, and different contests require different skills. Okay, as you can see this diagram, right? Programming language, at least you have to know one programming language, right? And then you should have you need to understand the basic data structure and the basic algorithm. Okay, that's a fundamental knowledge you have to master. Okay, for programming, for better programming. Okay, and then you can choosing maybe learned advanced algorithm a little bit, and then you can attend those algorithm content. Okay, so and later, like several years ago, once you have like get all the required skills, you can try to widen your knowledge scope, right? To learn different layer of the architecture, right? Database front end, service side, and you learn different framework. Okay, and then you can create your own project. Okay, so we can go to that type of the content. Okay, so that is about the possible direction for you guys in the future. And I believe if you really spend time on keep learning all this stuff, right, from now to the end of to the maybe the senior high school, right, I believe 3 or 4 years experience gonna give you lots of advantage when you really go to the colleges, right? Or even, as you know, some of the senior high school students, they can already made a very high level achievement, right, in the programming contest before they go to the contest. That's very a big add-on when they apply for the colleges. Okay. Okay. So talking about this, so go back to the subject of today, right? USACO. So today's session, I mainly give you an introduction. What is the USACO? Because that is one of our direction, at least I can see in these years, right? Let's try to learn basic and advanced algorithm, okay, and see what we can make. Because we have direction, then we have goals, then we have motivation, right? USACO stands for USA Computing Olympiad, right? You guys must heard about some other Olympiads, right? Especially in the senior high school, like physical, like math Olympiads. That's very famous, right? Right, and that's a USACO. So let me go to the slides. Okay, so USACO is a organization in the USA. It's established in 1992. The mission of USACO, right, is to help train, right, and hold the contest, right, in order to do what? To select US team for annual summer IOI. IOI is international, okay, Olympiad in informatics. So you can say it's one of the biggest international contests. It's had every summer. Okay, so I have these 4 guys. Okay, they are the team representing USA at IOI in this year. Okay, so you see their name, right? And when I look at the picture, I feel very funny, right? Because they are the team of USA. Okay, and I guess they're not the team of the Asia, right? Though I think most of them coming from Asia, right? 3 have the Chinese background and 1 maybe have an Indian background. But they are the team representing USA, right, in 2020. But anyway, I may just kidding, but what I'm trying to say is at least, right, from those like the math or the computer, our Asia should have some talent, right? But again, we said talented, right? You still need hardworking, okay, put lots of effort to achieve that, okay? So that's one of our advantages, okay? So that is the USACO, okay? So again, USACO is organization which help to select US team for annual summer IOI. 4 peoples every year. 4 peoples representing USA country. Okay, that's very big honor. And I believe, right, if you made a good achievement in the IOI, I mean, it is easy, piece of cake to get an offer from those, bigger companies, right? Like Google, like Microsoft. That's a piece of cake, right? But I think you may achieve like higher higher, made a higher achievement, right, in your own life, in your own career. Okay, so that is very good, platform for everyone. Okay, so come back here. So who can participate in the USACO, right? So from junior and high school students, junior, which means basically they don't have like a least age limit, right? But most of the participants are coming from the high school, okay? Because as I said, right, they may learn the program for a few years and then they wanted this platform to level them up, right? It will be very good for their, colleges application, something like that. And of course, university students, okay? Universities can also participate, and there's some computer enthusiasts, right, who very love computer programming. They may not, they may not like students anymore. Okay, but overall, okay, I think 70 or 80 percentage, right, are coming from the high school students, right? So right now for you guys, right, you just 7th or 8th grade right now, right? So you still have 1 or 2 years getting into the high school. So you're start preparing right now. It's a very good, time point. Okay. So they have second item, right? Where, right? They have a website called usaco.org. Okay. If you go to your browser, right, type in USACO. So it's a very simple, very, and I can say very old type style of website. But anyway, I mean, though it's not look so fancy, but who cares, right? Because it's provide all the wonderful features. So that's their home pages. Okay, you can come here to get lots of information. Okay, and yeah, we can go through those tabs later. Okay, when, right? I said every year, right? The whole process starting every year. Okay, it's mainly starting from like year end December till the coming March of next year. So that's a complete period for the USA, right? To select, right, people go to the USA team. Okay, so that is USACO. Let me know, okay? You guys have any more questions? Next one, when we say select, so which means they must have some level. Okay, it's not like hey, I give you 10 questions, right? You answered like 80 percentage correct, then you can be selected. No, because let me tell you, right? Every year, I think there are almost like 1,000, maybe about or little bit less than 10,000 people participate in that contest. Okay, and you can see by the end, there's only 4 people select for the USA team. Okay, so it has different level. Okay, look at here. From the timeline perspective, as I said, the whole selection process will start every December. Okay, from December to March, right, on the USACO website, we're gonna have 3 online time limited contests. Okay, which means during the time window, okay, everybody can log in to the website to take the online testing. They're gonna score based on your submitted code, and then they're gonna give you level. Gold, bronze, silver, golden, and platinum. Right? So that's the first step. Again, that's the first step. And then in the March end, what's gonna happen is among those thousands of people who are doing the online testing, it's free. Everybody can do. Okay, they're gonna select around. No, they're not gonna select. They're gonna based on the testing level you got, right? I think at least you should go to the last level, Anthony, right? You're gonna be
better than gold.
Sorry, what is that?
Platinum is better than gold.
Yeah, platinum is better than gold. From the metal category perspective, it is. It is expensive, okay, expensive than gold. So from the level, you see, I don't know, I think in game, most of the game, right, they have the same similar level category. Platinum is the highest, right, from the, this level, okay? So again, between December, March, there's a three time window, okay? You can do the online testing, and you're gonna do the online testing to level up, right? If you reach some level, if you reach some score, you're gonna upgrade to the next level, right? As you can see, you can upgrade as high as platinum, okay? And then after that, March end, okay, they're gonna send invite who got a highest levels in the previous 3 online tests. I don't know how many people they're gonna send out the invite, maybe hundreds, okay? They're gonna attend. You can think about like final online testing. It's called US Open. Oh, it's called US Open. And then after that US Open, right, there'll be around 15 to 25 people, depends on the result, gonna be selected to participate USA training camp. It happened in May end. It's only 1 week, but during the 1 week, right, there will be around like 25 students gonna be invited to the college, okay, to have their training camp, type of summer camp, but it's focused on the testing training, not testing training, contest, right? What's the aim? What's the aim? The goal of the training camp is to select the final representative of the USA team for this year's IOI. Okay, so see, and then what? Only 4 people out of 25 from the training camp gonna representing USA team to participate in the International Olympiad in Informatics. It's international, okay, in September. Okay, actually, if you Google the news, right, this year's IOI is currently happening in Singapore. Okay. Now let's take a look at. Okay, go back here. What I tried to say. Okay, so that's the whole roadmap, right? And you can see from the beginning, it's free for everyone to register and take the contest to able to represent USA team to participate in international Olympiad in informatics, right? Not so easy, and I cannot say that. It's very, very, very difficult, right? Think about it, right? 10,000 people, right? 100 people, 25 people, at the end, 4 people only. Okay, but anyway, what I mean is our goal, right, may not have to be attend the IOI, but every time, right, every time you make yourself be better than previous, right, before, right, even like this year maybe I only got a silver, right, and next year I got golden, next year I got a US Open, right, next year I got a training camp, right, because again it's very difficult to get selected, 4 people only, right, and the people can be repeated every year, because why? If you are very good, right, you can always representing USA team. Okay, so just try your best, right? And even you may just make a very little achievement, right? It still helps you a lot. It still helps you a lot. You can write it into your resume, right? At least you participate in that and what level you are, and not all the people, right? First of all, not all the people doing that. Second of all, right? Each level up, which means you're already better than lots of people, lots and lots of people. Okay, anyway, right? But at least you know that the roadmap, right? What is the USA, right? And try to motivate yourself. Okay, let's take a look at the USACO 19 to 20, right? Schedule. As I said, the first stage is going to be online promotion, right? December 13, 16 is the first contest, right? January is the second, February is the third. Okay, outstanding players in the first 3 rounds can participate in the USA Open, right? They may don't have like a limited people because this happen online, right? It doesn't matter like how many people come, right? So if you like reach the final platinum level, I think you're gonna be invited, okay? And then they're gonna participate in the US Open, right, in March. And after that, up to 25 people are gonna be participating in the USACO camp, okay? And then in May, 1 week, they're gonna have the training camp, okay? And then in December, so not December, in September, right? They're gonna participate, right, in IOI, right? So this year's IOI is happening in Singapore. Okay, so that's an example of the whole process. Okay, look at here. What is this? Finalist for camp. As I said, right? 25 people. I don't know how many here, right? But those are the people who go to the summer camp, not summer camp, right? The training camp this year. Okay, look at the name. I can only tell that lots of like Asian or Chinese background people, right? Students. And their school, their state. Okay. We have NY, only have one NI, Eric Wei from Scottsdale High School. Right? As you can see, most of them coming from high school. I don't see any middle school. Yeah. And you're gonna find that's 2 from all American, right? 1 from Taiwan, 1 from China, because they have the rules that if you have green card, right, or you are the USA citizen, right, you can represent in USA team. So I believe those 2 people, right, may have like a USA passport, right, or have the green card. Okay, so they can be invited to the training camp. Of course, right. If you don't have, you cannot be USA team, right? But you can be other country team. Okay, and the first card is graduate. What does it mean? I believe it means when you graduate from the high school, right? So like William Lin, he's one of the top. Oh, this guy, William Lin, right? Go back here. This guy. Oh, he actually from Taiwan. So he has just maybe citizen or green card. Why I noticed this guy is because if you, I know he is like got a golden medal in the from 2018 and 2019, and I know this year, right, he ranked the first, so he is very top guy. Okay, and he from Taiwan American school. Okay, and this one graduate years, which means he actually is in the last year of his senior high school, right? And you can see the youngest one is 2024, so which means he's only 9th grade and is homeschool. Wow, homeschool. And there is one Zhang Han Kai, right? He's from Detroit. He is in the 10th grade. But most of the people, as you can see, is like around 11 or 12 or like 10 or 11 grade. Okay. Anyway, so that's a name for the training camp this year. Okay. Okay. So I should not USACO camp information. As we said, once you have the US Open, you did very good, right, during the testing quiz. you're gonna be invited for the training camp. Okay, so the national team selection training camp, right, in May and June. Okay, 1625 players will be invited, and they're gonna have the training in Clemson University. I don't know where the university is, right? But they're gonna be gathered together from different places, right? Even from different states of the U.S. or even some green card holder from other countries. They're gonna be invited into this Clemson University to have the training, right? And the other right passport and green card is required. Once you go to the training camp, right, you're gonna be divided, okay, to different groups. Hostins and I don't know how to spell that, but I was just to Google that. What's the meaning of that, right? And that's a picture of these two guys. I don't know what's the backhand like story about why they have, you know, using two type of the house name, right, for these groups. Okay. I believe when they divide the group, right, based on your experience, like if you are the first time to invite into training camp, right, you're not gonna go to one of the group. If you already like a participant or even already, you know, representing the USA team for previous like IOI, you're gonna be very senior, right? So they must have like junior and senior group, right? Because at the end, right, they only have 4 people. So I guess probably they also have like level up even inside the training camp, right? You first come, go to the junior group, right, and learn, practice, right? And next year, right, you may, at the end, you may probably difficult to be selected as a USA presenting team, but at least you can upgrade to the second group. And maybe you come next year, you're gonna have the chance to be selected as a, you know, USA the presenting team. Okay, again, right, in the camp, they also have the testing. Otherwise, how are you gonna select the people, right? So, and of course, the main things they are doing in the training camp is they're gonna give you very strong, restricted, you know, training just for the you know ROI. Okay, so that's very good opportunity to you know learn from each other, and they must have very good coach. Okay, to value. Okay, um, okay, this one, ROI, International Olympiad in Informatics. Okay, here, that is 2019, right? It happened in Azerbaijan. I know Chinese, but I don't know how to spell in pronounce in English. Azerbaijan. I think it's in the Asia, right? And this is the USA team attending 2019 IOI in Azerbaijan country, right? Eric Zhang, right? Gold, because in the IOI, right, you're gonna have top players from different countries, and I think they're gonna have like several days, you know, several days contest. They're gonna having finally they're gonna have just like Olympic, right? They have the golden, silver, bronze medal. Okay, so you can see most of them just golden, right? And Benjamin Chi is one of the top 5. I think this guy, right? He is the first place in the video winner. Okay, and the William Lin is silver, right? But if you look at the people who, you know, representing the USA team in the past several years, right? We know William Lin is in the team this year, right? And he actually selected from last year. Right, last year in 2019, he only got silver, right? But as I know, these days, right, in the 2020, he is ranked the first for the time being. It's not ended, but for the time being, he's ranked the first. As you can see, Benjamin Chi, right, he's a very good guy, but maybe he is already graduate and go to colleges, so he don't you know attend the IOI anymore. But I think he can have a higher level platform for him to achieve bigger, you know, bigger you know achievement. And Eric Zhang, right, Benjamin Chi, right. Anyway, so basically IOI gonna be happened every year in September and maybe in different countries, different places. And you can see the people who selected for the USA teams, right? They may appear, right, for multiple years, right? Because they're the best, you know, best students or best players in the USA or in the training camp, right? So it's really a very good platform to upgrade yourself. Okay, so that is some of the goal you can set for yourself. Okay, I think my Zoom gonna be end, but we're gonna continue talking about it. So if the Zoom meeting is end, please just join back. Okay. So, okay. Any more question, right? Before we restart the Zoom. Okay. So if not, I think we just end the meeting and let's just join back. Okay. Let's continue. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's join back. Okay, let's come back here. Let's keep talking about the USACO, right? So we just quickly go through the roadmap of the USACO and what are the steps, right? Different steps or different level or stage you have to achieve, right? Before you are able to reach in the ROI, right? And we also show you the representing team, the person, right? Who is participating in the training camp and ROI these years. Okay, so very good. So now let's talking about like more about the USACO online content at least, right? Because anyway, the ROI is too far, right? Look at what you can do right now. Okay, so let's talk about the online contest, right? Which we can try maybe this year or maybe next year or next year, right? At least we can have a start. So for the contest, we have the rule. As I said, between December and March, there are going to be 3 open time windows. Okay, for each time window, you have 3 days. Okay, the time is flex. Among the 3 days, anytime you can start your contest, right? And it has to be completed, right, within 4 hours. Okay, so it's not a simple test. Okay, you don't think about it's like a small quiz as we did before, because he give you 4 hours, right, per contest. As you can see, it must have to complicated, problem you're gonna solving. Okay, and coding, right? There are a lot of multiple language, right? C++, Java, Python, right? Pascal or C, right? Currently, they support 5 different programming language, right? Which means they give you the problem. You can using this, you can select, right? Any language to write in your code. Okay, so similar to as what we doing in the assignment, right? Basically, I give you a problem, you're writing the code, okay? But what we didn't have before is once you submit the code online, you're gonna have a test case. Test case means the test if your code is working fine. It gives you different input for testing.
Why? Teacher, why is it like 4 hours per contest? I think it's too long for me.
You think it's too long? Because it's required. So like in the online, right? You click on the button like start testing or start contest, okay? Then they're gonna show you, okay, what's the question? I believe there'll be no like too many questions, like 3 or 4 questions, but each question you have to spend time to think and the writing and be modified. But again, 4 hours maybe not needed for the bronze silver, right? The bronze silver level must be very simple. You don't have to use up to 4 hours, okay? But once you go to the golden planting, I believe the question will be very complicated, okay? Very complicated. I mean, I suggest you to go to the YouTube to search the USACO like online testing. They for some of the player, right? Let me try to show you guys. This is very funny. I have searched that, right? YouTube. Okay, so let me see. USACO prompt name. Right? Look at here. Open contest prompt name. Oh, this guy, William Lin. Okay, subscribe to him. Okay, look at here. The whole video is 4.5 hours. Okay, he recorded the whole 4 hours when he participated in the contest. Okay, the question may be not too many, 3 or 4 questions, but time to think, time to design, time to coding, time to testing. Okay. Yeah, I suggest you to just look at. I'm gonna put that in today's like Google Classroom. I share with you guys. Take a look at, right? The feeding, okay, to feeding the content. How they gonna, what they gonna do, right? So what he doing? He read the questions. It's just like a math question. He do the analysis, right? And then he starts writing code. Okay, he start writing code. Look at the code. I don't know how you can understand that, right? And he actually using is he using C++? Yeah. So what I'm missing, not submitted. Is that second question? I think he solved the first one. Let me go back to the first question. Yeah. Did he, what he doing here, right? Once he complete the code in his local, he submit his code online, right? And then the system gonna graduating his code. Basically, he has lots of test case, run the test cases automatically, and based on the value you get at the end, right? You're gonna check it is correct or not. Okay, not just correct it's not, but also it's gonna measure your speed performance, right? You can give me the final correct answer, but in 24 hours, right? But still, your code sucks, right? 24 hours, right? If so, which means the level, the higher level you're gonna reach, right? It's not just means correctness. Okay, correctness is the first step. It means the algorithm or the code is right. The faster, the better. Okay, the faster, but think about it, right? All the people can solve the same problem, right? Who saved the problem most perfect, most beautiful, right? Clean, fast, correct. Same thing here, right? Look at here. He submit and the system graduating, right? And then he's showing the testing result. Everything is passed. Good. Very nice. Right? And then he moved to the second question. Right? Look at here, 15. So basically for him, okay, top players, he using 15 minutes to solve the first question. Okay, of course, that's the platinum level, right? It will be not so difficult for the bronze and silver, right? But at the end, let me see how many. Look at here. That's let me see. Wow, that is lots of time. I try to figure out how many questions he answered. Yeah, as you can see, right? Even he only have like I think 3, right? He created 3 parts. Yeah. So as you can see, within 4 hours, he only solving 3 questions. But the difficulty of the question, of course, is different, right? The first question, he only spent like 15 minutes to solve that, right? And the last question, he spent, I believe, like 1 or 2 hours to solve that. Anyway, that is to, you know, it's a planting, right? Planting. Okay. So come back here, right? Promotion. Okay, how we can decide which level we're going to upgrade to based on your testing result, right? Basically, 4 hours, finish 3 questions. I think it's 3, right? And then based on the result, based on the performance of your code, he's going to give you a score. Okay, so if you got 4 marks, okay, so you're going to promote directly, which means I'm brown. I answer 3 questions correctly. I got 4 marks. I upgrade to the silver, right? The first statement says no limit to level grade upgrade from bronze to platinum. What does it mean? It means even in the same time window, okay, 3 days, I can do the level upgrade at the top from bronze to the top if I want. Because in the first day, I may spend 4 hours to finish upgrade from bronze to silver. Okay, I take a break. So tomorrow, I spend another 4 hours, right? I can finish upgrade from silver to gold. Is that what I'm talking about? So there's no limit to level up.
So you have four days to get from bronze to platinum.
You have 3 days. Every contest is 3 days time window. Okay, within the 3 days time window, right? You can level up as you want, right? Because every time. So today I finish level upgrade from bronze to silver. Tomorrow I can come back. Now I'm silver. Okay. Now I can start to contest again. It will give you the question for the silver level, right? If you're able to finish the question, right, you can level up to gold. And I think that I believe the question will be different for different people. Otherwise, people just copy, right? Yeah, I think so. They may have a very big pool of questions for different level, right? And when the people log in, they may just got 3, random, questions. Okay, because anybody can start the online, the 4-hour contest anytime, right? So the question must be random, right? But of course, right, when you go to the US Open, I believe US Open is happening at the same time, right? The question will be the same. So then it can do the final judge who is the top player. Okay. So you may ask me if I not got 4 marks, right? Like 100. I didn't got 100 because my code had some problem. I didn't have the best performance. You may didn't get the 4 marks, right? So I think at the end of each time window, they're gonna give you a level up score, right? Maybe based on like how many people participate and what's the result, they're gonna have a cutoff line, right? Okay, everybody who up 90%, we're gonna be upgrade to next level. Okay, so that's a different upgrade promotion like rules, right? You may think about that, but I think I'm probably gonna emphasize again, right? Before this December, right? If some of you guys want to try that, okay? Okay, so that's the contest rules. What else? Oh, USACO advantage. So as I said, USACO is just a website, it's an organization, right? Which used to helping people to practice, to have online tests, right? And then, be selected into the training camp, right? Eventually be selected into the, presenting USA teams for the IOI. Okay, so USACO is very providing the flexible time and arrangement, right? 3 round of the online contest, right? You can do the level up from bronze to the platinum in one round contest, right? It is possible, right? But he provide from December to March, right? 3 rounds, 3 chunks, 3 chunk window. You can do that. Participate multiple times a year, right? You can repeat at the same level, or you can advance multiple times a year. Okay, so 3 rounds of testing. Between each round, there's a 1 month gap, right? You may in December, you try your best, right? You upgrade from the bronze to the silver, and maybe you try to upgrade to golden, but you failed. Doesn't matter, right? At least you have 1 month study, okay, to prepare for next time window, right? So every year you have 3 time window, okay? So there's several months you can prepare or try, okay? And the level already achieved is saved, right? Which means in the first time window, I already upgraded to silver, okay? So now next time, at least for this year, right? Next time you log in, you're gonna start in from silver instead from the bronze, right? So within 1 year or one like a study year, the level will be archived, right? So people may start in bronze in December, right? In general, they reach the silver, right? Or they upgrade to silver in the first round, upgrade to gold in the second round, upgrade to platinum in the third round. Okay, it's very flexible. So achievements are generally recognized, which is helpful university application and job application. So that's what I said, right? Of course, there will be only 4 people gonna be presenting the USA team. Okay, but whatever the efforts or time you put in the whole USACO, right? Even like silver or gold or platinum, they're all the achievement you made. Okay, they're definitely representing like the level of the programming. Okay? Even I think you're not go to the training camp, go to the IOI. If you're able to achieve USACO platinum or golden, you are better than most of the students, right? In the programming aspect. You get my point, okay? And you can definitely write it into your application, or even job application, right? People all know about the USACO, okay? Okay, so that is something very detailed, like in each level, right? What's the requirement? What's the difficult level? Let's quickly take a look at that, right? The bronze level, as soon as you enter the USACO registered account. So congratulations to everyone, right? If you go to the USACO and register account, you are silver, you are bronze now, okay? So that's the beginning level. Everybody is bronze. So if you take the upgrade testing from bronze to silver, okay, what kind of difficult level of the question you're gonna face to? You need to have the basic programming knowledges, okay? At least one programming language, of course, right? We're gonna use in Python. In programming, time limited, right? At 4 hours. And most, okay, it said the programming time limited is sufficient. So Louis, you just asked me 4 hours is too long, right? It's telling you, okay, for the first round or first level upgrade, right? The time is definitely sufficient, which means what? Which means most of the people may be solving the, bronze level question very quickly, So time is sufficient. And most of the first time contestants can advance to the silver level in the first exam. That seems a very good, good statistics, right? So which means most of the people, the first time attend, they're able to upgrade to the silver level. So which means the upgrade testing from bronze to silver Should not be too complicated, okay? Should not be too complicated, right? If you have the basic, at least you know how to write a code, okay? Don't even make it very stupid like a syntax error, right? Which is even cannot run a code, right? You have a programming language, you have a basic knowledge, right? You should be able to upgrade, okay? You should be able to upgrade. So now, next level, silver, okay? Of course, silver is those who pass the bronze level competition, right? And now, difficult level is level up, okay? It requires basic problem solving skills and a simple algorithm, right? As I said, data structure, algorithm, okay? For example, greedy algorithm, recursive search, okay? These are all the basic algorithm we're gonna talking about, right? Are required. And a basic data structure is also required, okay, data structure. Starting from the silver level, players need to find a better algorithm to make the program run within the specific time. Again, it gives you problem. You're writing the code, okay? We know that there are lots of different way to writing code to solve the problem. There's no exactly one type of code solution. Different people writing different code, right? So, but we can judge which one is better, okay? Because we're talking better performance, okay? First, you have to make sure your output or return the correct answer. Second, you have to have a better algorithm, which means faster, okay? Speed or time consuming is one of very important criterion to measure if your code is good or not, okay? So from silver, the requirement is a little bit higher, right? But hopefully we can learning, right, for about several semester, right, or 1 year learning, at least we are able to achieve it. Okay, so that is a goal for us. Okay, gold, right? Who passed the silver level competition? Gold difficult level, you need to have a certain algorithm foundation. Okay, algorithm foundation. There are lots of different algorithms you have to learn. Okay, and let me tell you, the algorithm stuff is, is a subject is in colleges. Okay, so not easy. Understand some abstract methods, shortest path, dynamic programming, okay, and have a deep understanding of data structure. So see, that's called advanced data structure and algorithm, right? So that's a golden level difficulties, okay? And come to the frontend, okay? Needed to have a very, very high programming foundation and in deep understanding of algorithm, right? There may be more than one optimization solution for some computation question and more than one answer may be obtained. Okay, so if you want to feel how difficult the planning level it is, I was suggesting to look at William Link's YouTube video, okay? Okay, that's a different level. And this is a website, usaco.org, okay? It's free to register, okay? And if I go to the website, right? So that's a home page, right? We have overview, basically they have the basic information, right? And then there's a place where you can register for a new account, okay? And this is 2019-20 schedules, right? What I put in my slides. And then I have different tabs, overview, training. So training, after you log in, right? If you go to training tabs, it's basically give you a lot of online training pages, okay? And online programming contests, right? What he said, right? Students who demonstrate the substantial progress through the online training pages and outstanding performance. Okay, so What he's saying is they have the online training pages, okay, provide hundreds of hours of free instructions. Okay, you can learn, and they give you some practice or sample problem solving, and then it will be very good for their online programming competitions, right? Yeah. And then we have the contest. What is this? Previous count. Oh, there's a test result. Let's take a look at this, right? So see here, 2020, right? 2019 December contest result. If we come here, oh, that's the status, right? Let's look at here. That's very interesting. A total 7,698 distinct user login during, okay, it's 4 days, not 3 days, right? Right. A total 6,545 participants submit at least one solution. Okay, one solution, and from 76 different countries. Look at this count of the players from different countries, right? Most of people player coming from USA, and lots of Chinese people coming from China, right? Participant there. So which means what? Yeah, some Korea people, Canada people. Where's ROU? Which country is ROU? Do you guys know? This is Malaysia, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, that's from different country. And then if we see in their submit the code, right? They're in different languages, right? Most of people using C++ because, frankly speaking, C++ is fastest language, okay? But that is most complicated, right? And Python 3, we're learning Python 3, okay? We're learning Python 3. Okay, and it gives you the problem, testing, and solution, right? If we take a look, this is platinum, golden, silver, bronze. Yeah, that's good pages, right? For you to understand how the, problem look like, right? If we look at the first one, cow gymnastics, right? That's a problem look like. You have to read the problem to understand that, okay? And what? And you have to translate or create a programming model for the problem, writing code for that, okay? Just like do the math, right? And then we have testing data. What is testing data? Testing data is basically the testing inputs they're gonna use to test your code. It's good enough, right? Fast or enough. And that's a solution. This is a solution. Okay, that's a solution in this is in C, I think. This is the language C, right? Or C++, right? That's a code. Okay, that's a code. Sample code, right? That's the first question. Again, that's the first question, right? If we look at the last question, view problem, okay, view problem, and then we go to the solution. Wow. Oh, what is that? Oh, that is the solution programming. Okay, the solution programming. So it's not easy, guys. Okay. But that's our goal. Okay. Okay, quickly come back here. Come back to the website. What else? History. Okay. So where you can see the USA teams, right? What achievement they have, right? I think these years are lots of gold, right? And people who representing the USA teams, right? Starting from 1992 to this year. Staff. Okay, so that are the coach, USACO staff, right? Right now, we know USACO whole organization is organized by people called Dr. Brandin, a professor of the computer science at Clemson University. Very good. Along with a talented and dedicated volunteer coaching staff. Okay, most of them are undergraduate and graduate students at top computing universities, right? Look at here, Branding, okay, Clemson, John Paulson, CMU, right? One of the best computing university. Mark Gurdon, University of Michigan. Jacob Hussein, Harvard, Stanford, University of Central Florida, MIT, Google, CMU. Okay, so those guys are very, very topper, talented, right, in the computing. But right, so if you are selected to go to training camp, okay, they're gonna be your coach. Okay, very good. Resource. Yeah, so it's also give you lots of resources to help you, like book, like online site, okay, to helping you to practice your skills. Okay, to practice skills. Okay, so come back our slides. I also listed several resources, right? Like the basic Python we learned before, right? Because right now we're using Python mainly, right? So if you still have a basic Python questions, right? I suggest you still go to the W3 school. That's very basic, right? To understand all the items of Python, okay? But again, right? You ask yourself, right? How much you have mastered, okay? So next time, if we try to figure out, hey, if I wanted to do some operations to list the type of the object in the Python, right? I forgot the messages. I forgot the method or function name, right? How to add a new item into the list? You have to know how to do the Google. You have to know how to find the function by yourself, right? That's not the question you should ask me, okay? You should do it by yourself, okay? Try to Google or come here to find out, hey, list. Oh, I wanted to find all the list functions. How can I loop through a list? Okay, loop through list. Right. So that's a basic one. Data structure and algorithm. Okay. So that is a jigs for jigs, right? I know you guys is very crazy for this jigs, right? The word, the term. That's a very good, famous website which is contain lots of like advanced the computer, not just advanced, basic and advanced. Okay, programming knowledges, right? If you can see tutorial here, you have algorithm, data structure, languages, right? Different languages here, even interview corner, right? CS, web technologies, yeah. So that is very good website, right? Especially for the algorithm. We're gonna set it right. We're gonna learning data structure and algorithm. Okay, so lots of options here, right? And the last website I'm gonna invite you is called the Lead Code. Maybe some of you guys have heard about that before, but I told you, right? Lead Code is one of the famous websites in the computer engineers. Why? Because that's a website help you to do the problem solving, coding skills practice, and algorithm practice. And when you grow up, you'll be a software engineer, right? When you go to the interviews, coding, okay, problem solving, algorithm questions is one of the necessary question they're gonna ask you. Same thing, they're gonna give you a question, ask you to write a code and explain to them. So think about that, right? You study learning that, right? If you really wanted to be an engineer or go to the computer science majors in colleges and then go to the like interview of those bigger IT companies, Google, Facebook, right? They're gonna ask you those questions, right? If you learn now, right? I cannot say, but I think most of you, if you already studied well, right? After you graduate from the senior high school, you may already qualify to pass the interview and get an offer to the big company. You don't even need to go to college because at least for the computer science, that's it, right? And of course, right? Those skills for the content or skills for the interview, that means like all the things you need for your really in the engineer work. Okay, but what I want to say is these are very useful. Okay, useful knowledge and skills. Okay, so these three very good websites I introduced here, right? So gradually, when you have the basic data structure knowledges and basic algorithm knowledges, okay, you can practice by yourself. Right, again, right, during our 1.5 hours, I don't think I'm able to teach you a lot. Okay, what I can do is I can only introduce you those basic stuff to you, right, and give you high level guidance for the basic like practice. We can summarize to you, but you have to practice for yourself. Okay, where okay, I already tell you the roadmap, right, step by step, and the place or resource you can utilize. Okay, and it's all yours. Okay, it's all yours. So that's the end of the slides. Before I think we still have like 30 minutes left, right? Before I'm talking about the next different topic, I want to talk about our class information. Do we have any question? Guys, are you still there? Because this class is special, right? Only I'm speaking, right? I didn't really ask a question to you guys, right? But what do you guys think? Aston?
I think it's really hard and it would take a lot
I
of.
cannot hear you clearly. Can you speak louder?
I think it's interesting and I think it will be really hard to, do well in it.
Yeah, because your father told me like computer science may be one of the potential like a major or direction you're gonna go with, right? So that is good. You start learning all these, know all these information and start learning those skills right now. I believe you can, much more advanced than the other kids. Okay. Connor, you there? What do you think? I know you already doing some computing programming stuff by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think about the USACO?
I tried one of the bronze the practice problems.
Okay.
I finished it pretty quickly.
Okay.
I'm waiting on the review thing.
Yeah, so you can do the practice right now, right? And in December, you really can attend the real online, competition, right? And at that moment, if you are able to passing the, passing the competition, you're gonna upgrade your level, right? But right now, there's no level, right? There's no level. Okay. Anyway, we still have like several months, right? We have 10 or 9 class to learn, right? Hopefully, I can introduce those basic, and you can have more like preparation for that. Okay, what about other people? And by the way, I think we have to restart my Zoom again, right? But what about others? Louis, right? You have question. What do you think?
No, no question.
Okay. So hopefully, okay, you can study, hard working. Okay, I know it's difficult, but I'm here to, help you. Okay, so don't always motivate yourself. Okay, Julian.